the honesty. I'm just going to read some that are here in some of the white responses. Don't hate me because I'm white. White conservative, don't assume I'm racist. Because I'm white, I'll never understand. Um, it's okay to be white, which comes up a lot. There was another one. Then there are these two to give the range. Owe you nothing. I'm not responsible. And then this one, white guilt misses the entire point. And here this person says, it has a whole long thing. This is from Gabriel Duret from Tucson. That's the other thing that I love about this. People's names and where they live are attached to these 6 words. And he writes, this isn't about me. It's about all the people who were and are treated cruelly because of what they look like. Instead of wallowing in self-pity, I should be getting angry on their behalf. I shouldn't feel like because I'm white, I can't possibly contribute anything to ending racism. And he keeps going on, and at the end of it, I was like screaming, "Amen!" But that is part of the point here. In conversations about race aren't the responsibility of people of color solely.
And the lesson here is that oftentimes you hear it in the selection that you read, that a lot of white Americans are on the defensive about their race. They feel like they've been pigeonholed. When you talk about stereotyping, it usually applies to people of color and the stereotypes that they are burdened with, that they feel like they carry, the things that confine or define them. A lot of white Americans are feeling that something confines and defines them also when it doesn't feel good to them. And that's clear in the stories that they share. The other reason that I'm glad that so many white Americans participated in this project and honored me with their stories is because it helps us understand that in order to look at race and racism and to figure out how to, I'm not going to say solve these problems, but at least figure out how to interrogate them and to get to a point where we can coexist despite our differences, that is not an assignment that can only be channeled toward people of color. That white Americans have to participate in that process, not as bystanders, because they participate fully in American life. And this is something that fully touches almost every aspect of American life. And when we think about how we talk about race or how we try to figure out how to deal with matters of race, we often don't turn to white Americans with the same degree of expectation. We see this in politics, for instance. We're in a political season right now. When someone of color runs, we always wonder, okay, when are they going to give their big speech about race?
Mm-hmm.
That's just an expectation. Do we expect the same of white candidates? Should we? Because this is one of the largest issues in American life, and there are lots of ways to talk about it without necessarily talking about it through the prism of racism or through the prism of DEI. It's about Americans figuring out how to live with each other, how to occupy this shared space, this shared planet. So yes, I was surprised when I put the basket on the table. I did not know that I would be embarking on a 14-year odyssey of listening to white Americans talk about race. That was unexpected, and yet I am a better storyteller. I am a better journalist. I am a better chronicler of American life because I have had a unique opportunity to hear from people talk about a subject that many people have a hard time talking about. I have greatly benefited from the people who've taken the time to share their stories and have allowed me then to share it with others through this book and through this project.